Yo, it's your boy Dean.
Tim.
Taran.
And another episode of the Dean's Office. Again, I want to thank everybody for locking in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, go to the YouTube page, as well as the Instagram. Wherever you can listen to your podcast, you'll find us there. Before we jump into it, because I know it was a big topic for probably about 2 weeks, about the dude that brought the McDonald's for only his son, and there was 3 other kids at the house, and then the baby mama went a little berserk. What you think?
I think it was crazy. I think one, knowing if he knew that there was other children there, he probably what I would have done. If it was one of his selfish days or days he was low on funds, some days you have it like that. Like, man, I don't feel like spending that today. All you got to do is just, hey, come a little Timmy, come here. Let's go to McDonald's, eat. We can have a quality father-son time, talk with each other. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure that we, spend some time away from them, and then I'll take them back home, and that'll be that. But otherwise, if you bring a food to, I'm big on, if it's children there, no matter who the children are, it could be his cousin, his friends. If it's children, they'll feed them all. You know what I mean? So, not that he's obligated, but it's the best thing to do because kids are innocent. They don't know what's going on. They don't know that you just his daddy, you're not their daddy or whatever.
Yeah, they know you're not his daddy.
I mean, they don't know the situation. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think they fully comprehend the situation. They just see an adult bringing food. They like, why the adult ain't giving me food might make them feel some type of way. So I think it's always children first in that situation.
Yeah, I agree. No worries. But at least the man tried, right? He did try to bring, because there's a lot of deadbeat dads out there wasn't even bringing for their own child, right? So in that instance, give him some kind of props to let him know he did try to feed his child. But if I was in that situation, you know me, I'd take care of everybody.
But in the scenario I heard when he was dating her, he used to bring food for all the kids. So if you set a standard because he not knocking her down no more, that means he can't eat. That not a whole thing change? Are your obligation go away because we not dating?
Not at all. I'm just saying. Just the man, he happy he's still providing for the food. So, but like I said, if that was me, I would have taken care of everybody, regardless if we together or not.
So okay?
Yeah, I'm the same way. But I saw the excuse where they say he was low. He might have been low on funds. That's what I'm saying. Take your child to McDonald's, sit down.
And then on top of that too, we got to remember too that it sounded like this happened before. She mentioned like he does it constantly, and the way she sound looked like she told him about it too. So I think it was a petty moment on him. I think he intentionally did it to piss her off because they probably whatever beef they going through, they not together, so he feeling some type of way. So I think he intentionally brought just a meal because think about it, he bought one burger and a jumbo juice. Jumbo high C orange, because that was high C orange.
All of them could have finished that. That jumbo juice, all the kids gonna take
bust
a sip
it down.
out
All
of
you
that
had to do is get 4 straws, bust it down, man.
Cut that little sandwich in 4. We good to go.
Okay, but that being
Go ahead.
that being said, man, we lock in. We have a good one today, man. So thanks for rocking with it. Let's go.
World, you're needed in the Dean's office.
So today's topic, just dealing about our life and perspective, where we at in our life, the things we want in our life, and who we want to be, right? So we know a lot of the things that we want, a lot of things we have to do, kind of determines how people see us, right? So my question is, we do a lot, right? We all work, we all coach, we do this, we and Touchdown do a whole bunch of other stuff with the church and all that, you know what I'm saying? So my question to you is, and oftentimes, and I think a lot of people get this, we're trying to, please a lot of people or trying to do the things that make them happy. How do your work life in the things you want to do and helping the community and all the stuff they telling you, Like, how do you balance that, or is it healthy, doing so much? Like, you have a lot. Like, like I just mentioned what we do, and I'm pretty sure people do more things than we do. Like, what, as far as, do you feel that it's healthy being that involved in so many things in your life on a daily basis?
Yeah, no.
Hold on, dog. We always start with you first, dog.
No, we do. We start.
You want to start? You want to start with him?
Why you breaking the chain?
I'm just saying, because people gonna be like, bro, why you always gotta ask him? Like,
God, dog, Joe Button.
You the youngest, dog.
Can we keep it rocking?
I got you. You right, dog. Go ahead. Do what you said. Go answer the question.
Go ahead.
So I think it's a really important topic. The only reason why is because work-life balance. It's important because obviously you want to be successful in the things that you do. You also want to give back, like you just said, you want to give back to your community. But then there's another important aspect. Tim and I were watching a video when this coach was talking to other coaches, and basically the coach was saying that he was a great coach. He won Coach of the Year. He was averaging close to 500 yards a game.
Coach?
The coach, like his team.
His team.
Oh, his team is okay.
He's a football coach. So his team was averaging like 500 yards a game, and basically he was really successful. But, as you become successful, you move around a lot in coaching, especially college coaching, because another top-tier program going to want to have you. So 2 things was happening. His family was moving, and then 2, he was dedicating a lot of his time to his family. And then to the team, to the football team, right, to the players, whatever, game planning, and going to practice, whatever. And he said that when he said one day he mistakenly, I don't know how he mistakenly read his daughter's.
He was cleaning out a box.
Yeah.
And then he saw his daughter.
Yeah, he was cleaning out a box and he saw his daughter's diary. And in the diary, his daughter was saying, I don't know why we have to keep on moving. Why is it my dad can't see that everyone's unhappy? He's the only one that's happy. Everyone literally is miserable, is the word he used. And then he said he almost went in the garage and started crying. He was like, I got all these accolades, but my family don't like me. Like, what's going on?
They resent him.
So that made me think. I was like, wow, I'm thinking about my own, like, in my own perspective. You know what I mean? Like, I want to.
Winning coach too?
You're a winning coach too?
I'm about to be. I'm about to be.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But yeah, we all know what it takes to do what we do. So granted, typically our work day is from anywhere between, and I work there around 5, 4:30, 6 o'clock. And then right after that, we got to go straight to practice. That's about 2 hours, right? You come home, you finish doing everything you're doing. It's around 9:30 already. Like, you really have this much time with your kids. And then don't talk about when the season starts. We're going to be at the park majority of the Saturdays. Tim, what's going to be added onto your thing? Sundays, you don't get home from church until 1, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Doing whatever secret society things y'all do at church. You know what I mean? So it's like, how is it that you carve out time for your family? Because like Kanye say, you chasing one thing, the other thing getting away. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's how do you carve it out and plan and make sure that both are balanced? So that's why I think it's a really important topic.
And I want to add too, though. I want to distinguish too as well, right? Because if you talk to most people, if I told you, whatever, you can be a great singer, I don't think most people would think about it. They'll go ahead and be a great singer and tell you all the good things. I think what we're discussing is a little bit for more regular people. So meaning like, yeah, you coach some, do this, you do some stuff in the community, but it's not that it's lucrative, or it's not that you famous or successful. You just a normal person. Like, nope, we coach and do all that. Not too many people know us. Like, we don't have too many. Although we went to Super Bowls and did all that, but there's no accolade to say we famous. We just, we know a couple of coaches here. We know a couple of people here. So it's like you're giving up your time and energy for something that
selflessly, yeah, and that's not rewarding at all.
You're really not getting anything back. You're not gonna get
money.
It's not monetary, it's nothing like that. Even with spending time doing this podcast, because I know they see it, but it's a lot go behind it. Mm-hmm. Setting up, doing all that, and it takes some time, mm-hmm. and it takes the time from the free time we already took. That we're trying to give based on that. So I think as a normal person, how do we deal with it? And I just go to you because you do the most. Like you do, because you on top of the working, coaching, you a big brother too. You that's what it's called, big brothers, big sisters thing, right?
That is true.
Yeah,
I
you
forgot
part of big brother, big sisters. You a deacon in the church. You do stuff for the church. You do like.
Do you ever? So my question is, do you ever feel guilty doing all that stuff? Do you ever feel guilty like, dang, I should be home helping take Timmy a hair out or something?
No, because I do that already. I think it's
You be taking to my house?
Yeah. So I think the biggest part of
She should know how to take her hair out by now, though.
she does.
Okay.
But I help her through the process. To
I
speed
got
it
you.
up. I think the biggest part was to try to find that work balance life, right? And I think that's part of the reasons why I try not to. Back in the days when it was like coaching, I didn't really want to do it because I was interfering with so much other stuff. I think I had to come with an agreement with Gina, right? Because Gina was the one like, "Oh, you putting too much time in this. What about being at home?" In my mind, I was like, "Okay, the kids were younger. I understand that. You understand what I'm saying?" So I was like, "Okay, let me pull back on some things." Even now in church, there's a lot more things they want me to do, but I don't do it because I know it's going to take away from the little time that I have. As you know, we both did not want to go into coaching this year.
Did not
Want to go.
I hope watch this podcast too.
As you know, we didn't, only because of the stuff that we're doing, right? And the reason I agreed to do it is two reasons. I'm already at the park already with little Tim, and it's boring. Just sit. I don't know how parents do it. Going to practice and just watching practice. That is boring to me.
I would never talk about a parent who dropped their kids off at practice again a day in my life.
Again.
I understand.
But
They
like,
know
we ain't got
it
time
is
for
boring
that.
because I can't get my input. I'm just sitting back or whatever. And the second reason because when Coach O came to us, and then some other people came, was like, "Oh, let's help us out." I said, "Okay, I'm here already. Why not?"
Tell that story, because I think that people that's a really good story. The fact that that team had a coach, then they didn't have a coach, and there was like 6 or 7 players who really wanted to play.
Yeah, so the team mom was going around because we heard that was getting a head coach, so it was cool. Like, okay, whatever, we rocking with you, whatever. Then all of a sudden she was like, "Yeah, we're looking for some coaches bad because the head coach backed out. Whatever it was, there's not enough kids, 6 or 7 kids." So they came. I heard them talking like, "Oh man, that's messed up, man. I wish I could help." So then she stepped to. And then one of my homeboys, Robbie, who graduated with me, play ball, his wife was out there. And she was like, "Hey, this, whatever." And she was like, "Yeah, Tim, they really need help or whatever." And I was like, "Well, tell Rob, if he do it, I'll come and help. I don't have no problem with it." Then they was like, "Okay, but we need a head coach." So they reached out. They were like, then the team was like, "Oh, we found a coach. His name is Coach O." And I was like, "Coach O from Norland?" She was like, "Yeah, how do you know him?" And I was like, "All right." So I literally when she stopped saying that, O called me. O was like, "Tim, yeah, man, they trying to give me here, but I'm not doing it unless you do it." And I'm like, "What you talking about? You got a coach with me." And I'm like, "Man, I got a lot of stuff on my plate, blah, blah, blah." And then I realized why we coach is to go back and give to the young kids. And the mom was saying, "Hey, these 6 or 7 kids that we have really wants to play football. They don't want to go to no other park. They wanted to play at Carroll City." It took everything in my power, so I'm not gonna lie. I was coaching them for like a week or two. Go on, and then I know I was coaching. No, what I'm saying, I coached for a week or two before I told Gina. So I had to see how that worked first, and then I went to Gina like, "Yeah, I'm going back into coaching." She was like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah." Since I'm out there already with little Tim and we can be at the same park, so we get a coach. All this, she was like, "So what you can do about Saturdays?" Yeah, Tim came in the morning, right? After his game in the morning, TJ came after that.
You been going the whole day. I hope she know that.
Listen, I'm gonna make it work. So, and I think that's the balance part was because I think even when we used to coach back in the days, that was a problem because we was at the park so long. Like, what time your game was? I tell them. So why you got to be there all day? So that's taken away from the home part, right? So that's why when I went back into again, I said, "You know what? I'm not going to go out of coaching this so many days. I'm going to do that." Just like at church, I said, "Hey, Tim, I want you to do this, and this." No, because it can take away from the stuff that I'm doing now. So going back to what it's in the work balance, I had to find out after the conversation with Gina, think about what the stuff with the kids. I said, I have to cut back on some of the things because I know I don't want to lose that connection that I have with them, and I don't want them to say, "Hey, you was an absentee." Even though, like Tawar said, part of Big Brothers Little Sister, 5,000 role model. At my job, at my job, I work with young kids. So some of them might need me or call me on a regular basis. Say, hey, what's going on? Mentor, stuff at church, all this other stuff. So it's I have to find a way to do it. And it's still a work in progress.
So let me ask you a question. It was one thing you said that was interesting, the church part, when you was like, no, right? Like, how do you, is that like telling God no? Do you feel guilty?
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Like, so here, the reason, this is, I'm going to tell you what I struggle with, and then I'm asking you the question. I struggle with guilt, right?
That
like,
you don't support God enough?
I mean, yeah, like I'm sometimes guilty at that, like, but that's a big part of my personality. Like, people can make me feel guilty. You know what I mean? Like, I try to be tough, but people can make me feel good. That's why O got me the coach. He made me feel guilty. He was like, come on, I need you. This is my son, man. You know, I need my son to play. I was like, God dang it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt guilty. I was like, let me do it. And then I felt guilty because I went to Kay. I was like, hey, Kay, I'm a coach. It's only about 6-7 kids. I don't really know if we want to have a full team, because we didn't. It was like 3-4 weeks. We only had 7 kids, and we got a lady when we got up to 12. We're like, okay, whatever the case may be. So, I mean, that was that was sort of my thing. So, I feel guilty.
What did she say when you told her you had a kid?
Oh, she said, why? She kept asking questions like, why you want to coach for what? And then I explained to her why. I was like, because, Coach O, his son, he told me he needed a coach. They don't got no coaches. These kids want to play. Like, I told her the whole scenario, and she understood. She was like, oh, okay, then I understood.
I told a little bit to Gina like that too.
And I was like, because he told me he need help with his son on the team, and obviously she know Coach O, or whatever the case would be. So she kind of understood. But then I feel guilty when I leave the house, when me and TJ be leaving the house, and I know she probably gonna need help with Tyler. Over the case of me, she might need help, getting like dinner. She might need help with like little things or something, whatever the case would be. Like, then I feel guilty about that. Then I feel guilty about, like, even this morning, I was like, man, all of us should have probably went to church today. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, I like, guilt runs my life. So, like, that's why it's so hard for me with work-life balance, because I always feel guilty when I'm not doing one thing or the other. So my question to you is, like, how do you say no? Is that like saying no to God? Like, you don't feel guilty? Especially if our church, we have a great church, but, it need help because now, got a lot of volunteers. So, like, what?
I would say this. I don't say I feel guilty, but at some point, I've said a lot of yes since I've been there. So some of the things I say, hey, let me hold off on. Because once in a while, we think about it, faith, family, and everything else, right? That's how I live my life. So I know I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Mm-hmm. Can I do more? Yes. Should I be going out and do some more things or whatnot? I should be.
You talking about church-wise?
Church-wise, right? I can be going out there, calling my people a little bit more, doing this or whatnot.
You mean like evangelism on the street, like with a microphone? Like a microphone?
No.
A megaphone?
No, not preaching. Not to say preaching, but
knocking on door to door?
But knocking on door. But going around, going around just because, like you said, the church is trying to come back. Mm-hmm. Right? And one way you can do this is go around, just start telling the story, talk about it, promote it a little more. Probably can do that. Then there's more things like when it comes to the youth at the church, right? I can be more hands-on if I should be more hands-on, because why? I do youth stuff now. Mm-hmm. Not only with the coaching thing, but I also do youth at my job. So it makes sense for me to be more involved at church for the youth. I'm like, no, I don't want to be too involved. I'm held back as much as I can. So I'm like, I'll do what I can with the ministry that I have. So going back to saying, is it hard to say no? It can be, because I know that sometimes it's lacking in one area and I should jump in. But once again, I don't want to be like overtaking what people are doing on right now. And I feel like for me, if y'all know me, whenever I commit to something, I'm giving my 100%. Right? So I don't feel that I can give my whole thing in there because of that. So that's if I don't feel I can do my 100%.
And that's for church. You mean for church?
That's for church or anything else. No. Right? If I don't give my all, like you see me at football, what do you think? I'm like the first one there, getting ready to go. So if the kids show up, they think they see them there, right? Mm-hmm. When I'm at work, I'm the first one at work showing up. If the student have an event, I'm the first one to set everything and making sure everything's good. That's just my mentality. Mm-hmm. So if I go and do that in the church, I'll be like, man, I'll be in church every day. Not to knock it, but I'm doing what I can.
So I should feel bad I don't do nothing in the church, but other than I'm a part of the play ministry?
See, here's the thing. I feel bad I feel guilty, and that's the thing about work balance, like, but it's also about sacrificing too, right? Because there are points in time when I'm just sitting at home not doing nothing. I'm not going to give this facade like I'm super busy as soon as I get home. Like, there's points when I'm at home doing nothing.
Right?
Yeah, like, you know what I mean?
Stop playing PlayStation.
Yeah, like you got to sacrifice something. Yeah, like stop playing PlayStation. Stop.
Yeah, I ain't playing about a year, bro.
Stop tutoring or get on the phone looking on Instagram. You know, just because you don't post, I mean you don't be online or whatever the case may be. So that's what I mean. Like finding like the example we used today when we was talking to somebody. Like they saying, "Man, I should work out more." But as they were saying, I should work out more laying down eating Frito-Lay's chips, right?
Exactly, I got what you said.
You know what I'm saying? It's like it's hard. It's hard. It's hard. Like it's hard, and I always feel guilty. I always feel bad. Like I'm like, dang, I should have did this. Like that's what I struggle with guilt. Like understanding what's the most important, and then like I don't want, not to say I can't stand people being mad at me, but I just don't want to feel like I'm not doing my part ever. You know what I mean?
But I think it comes with that what comes from is that spouse backing you, right? Because I know in the beginning, she probably not gonna like this, but in the beginning, she used to ask me questions all the time.
Nag.
She would ask me questions all the time. She's like, "Why you gotta be at the park all day? Why you gotta go to practice every day? Why you gotta do this? Why you gotta do this? Why you go to church this time? Why you?" I'm like, "Oh my goodness!" So, in a way, I had to help her to see that the things that I'm doing is not gonna take away from what I'm doing home. Because you know about it, I still get the kids ready in the morning. I'm the one responsible for washing their clothes. I'm the one, when they get home, I get them ready, all this other stuff. The biggest thing I know I'm not helping out a lot of is the cooking at the house. But on Sundays, I try to do the cooking at the house, or some days that you whatever.
But that's the thing. That's the thing. When you have to understand your spouse's love language, right? Spouse's love language might be quality time. You may think she's talking about doing things around the house, but she may be saying, "I just want you to spend more time with me."
Oh, I know that's what it was. But what I'm saying, see, all of us wives are different. Even when I came into this time, she was like, "Yeah, you know." I mean, I know she hesitant because I already accepted to do it, and she know I'm a type of person not gonna be like
to do the podcast.
No, this too. The podcast. I'm talking about the
Coaching?
The coaching thing. She know the type of person that like once I commit myself, I'm gonna get it done. I'm not gonna bail out on nobody. So her mind was, she was like, "Okay, Tim, you know, whatever." I don't know if she fully support me. I don't know. But I get what you said.
I mean, yeah, I don't have any. I don't know if this is a bad or good thing. I don't have any.
Because it's like different for you.
My wife she be like, "Yeah, why you even here? Go. Like, why you in the house? Go ahead and do."
Because you don't have young kids. It's very different. You do not have young kids. It's different. You know what I mean? Imagine young kids, and she had to be the one at home changing diapers, making sure they're not jumping on the furniture, and you out frilling out here in the football practice. It'll be a different story. You know what I'm saying? Like now, y'all two adults, and to be honest with you, I envy y'all position. Y'all young. They in y'all 40s, low 40s, right? And y'all can do whatever. Y'all can right now say, "Hey, after the podcast, do you want to go to Key West real quick?"
How do you feel? You feel like you still I got young kids?
No, not you.
You talking about me, man?
Of course.
You're like, "Hey, do you want to go to Key West? Hey, you know what? This weekend. Let's just go up to Naples and chill, rent something." You know what I'm saying?
See, the first thought, that's y'all problem. Y'all was responsible when y'all was younger, so therefore you put in this position. Yeah, and I think my part of it too, though. I think it's my part is the church. I don't do nothing in the church, bro. Like,
so you feel guilty about that?
Nah, yeah, but I also, I won't say I feel guilty. I just know I want to do more, but I don't want to do stuff just to say I'm in the church, bro. Cause I don't want to be mad at God. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be going to church every Sunday, look at God, look what God got me doing. He got me, what's this thing called? Ushering. He got me telling the people where to sit. Look at God. I'm mad at God. He got me in the choir singing, knowing I can't sing. You know what I'm saying? Look at God. He got me in the parking lot ministry in this hot sun, knowing I don't want to do it. I think for me, I want to find something within the church that I enjoy doing. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to be resentful towards the church or be resentful towards just the religious aspect in general, because I know a lot of people are down on religion. You know, they feel like, oh, with religion you got to do this, and I think with religion it is important because it's helpful in setting your structure on the things that you want. If you want to be spiritual, I know people tell you, oh, I want to be spiritual high. Like, you're not gonna hold yourself accountable. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you are a spiritual person, you're not gonna hold yourself accountable. Whereas if you was a part of a religion where they saying this is the things that we want you to do to show that, you know, that you're making some type of steps towards showing that you're trying to be to serve God or serve whoever you believe in, right? I think that's very important what religious role that it plays in. We can get into all the semantics about, you know, people in the church still doing it everywhere you go, anything you do. You know what I'm saying? Walmart, they steal from you all the time. We take it.
Yeah, but you know, I think people say that to take that talk too seriously. I think churches is literally just a club or a family or a community that you're trying to build so that you can help and love each other.
But that's what I'm saying. It requires you, because I'm gonna tell you this: if you say your spiritual thing, whatever, and you pray when you want to, say you go a whole 6 months without praying, right? But you the one that holding yourself accountable, is like whatever. But if you miss a couple of Sundays and then pop up a Sunday, they gonna look at you like, boy, that boy Terrell, like when we say to you, like, Terrell, why you ain't been in church in so long? You get what I'm saying? You explain it like, yeah, because, you know, Tyler, it's hard for him to sit in church. But that's holding you accountable. Somebody asks you, like, why you not serving? Whereas if you doing it on your own, or you have your own, I do it my way, who holding you accountable on making sure that you're serving or doing the thing that you're supposed to? And I think that's what the part of religion that people are fearful of, because it holds them accountable. Yeah, you can't tell me, oh, because they be talking about you, they say this, wherever you go, even your family. Your mama talk about you, your daddy talk about you. You know what I'm saying? So that, to me, that's just an excuse and a way to get around them not, you know, really holding themselves accountable or whatnot. And I think for me, that's why the aspect of church. Then as far as with football, I like coaching. I don't have no kids on the team. I don't have no ties to it. I'm just coaching. You know what I'm saying? So when we initially got into coaching, we all coached somebody within our, you know, family. You know what I'm saying? So it was
not really. Our first 2 years we ain't coached nobody in our family.
Yeah, we well, for you, what we did, because remember Therese, some started. It was Brent. Remember he was the one. He was on it when we went the first one to Miami Lakes. Him, all of them went and played football. That's why, and MJ originally too, but that's here not there. But what I'm just saying is that's what I like doing. You know what I'm saying? I think people don't realize how important it is doing the things that make you happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, we oftentimes do things because we have to, and then in most cases you have to, like going to work. I'm pretty sure you have people that love going to work. They would do it without even getting paid. And then you got some people tolerate it, like it's all right, and I'm getting paid. And you got some people that hate getting up in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Because they know they have to get paid. I mean, because they need the money, or they might get paid a certain amount. So that's what I'm saying. Like, as far as with, just to answer your question about spreading your time, I think you need to lock in and do the things that you want to do that makes you happy. You get what I'm saying? So it balance. So you can't be going to practice and doing all that and mad that you're going to work and that you got to be home. You get what I'm saying? Like,
but it's not me. It's other people's reaction to me. Then I feel guilty, and then my own mental battle, right? Like, that's why I asked him that question earlier. Like, how do you get over the mental battle? Like, well, let's say the late practice that we have. The one time I think we got home like almost 9:00, right? Are you feeling like, wow? Oh, you're like, dang, it's 9:00.
No,
I've been out the house.
And y'all
try to tell them
right
like
or wrong,
that,
right or
bro.
wrong, we doing stuff. Y'all always say, man, why we be trying to get out of here? It's because of that, boss. I'm trying to keep the sanity within the household, right? Like, even sometimes.
Or be respectful. Like, just be respectful. Like, I don't want to be out of the house for too long, and you know what I mean? I get what you mean.
Because even when we do podcasts sometimes, right? Sometimes it be late night, right? I would love to just sit back and kick with my brothers most of the time. And y'all know I would. We do it all the time. But when it comes to time, I'm like, yeah, let me handle. Like, even when we try to wrap up here sometime, clean up, be like, I'm going to holler at y'all later because I know the time has passed. And it's not to say I'm being disrespectful for y'all time. It's just I'm trying to respect the time that I need to be home with the family, right? Even if, like you said, even if Gina and I are not going nowhere, it's just the point is she want me there, right? And the times and what I try to do now, I can't do it in the summer, but I always try to take some time off doing work, right? A day off from work to say, okay, this is our time to do whatever. Most of the time, we're just going shopping or going to the grocery store. But she enjoyed that. You understand? So doing these 6 weeks I'm working now, I can't do it. But she knows, like, throughout I say, what days you off? All right, I'm going to take this day off. I'm going to take this day off so we can spend some time with it. So I'm doing the best that I can. Like, I try to help because if you don't do that, things is going to happen, right? That's where you see people
separate,
wandering, going around the different things. Like you're spending so much time into other people, not spending time into us. Now, you know, with our kids, I'm at every event. I'm the one who taking them to, you know, making sure their graduation straight, going to the school when they get all this other stuff. So I want them to see that with all those important moments, I'm going to be there. So if I have to miss work or miss activity, I do that. And as you even see when we play the games on Saturdays, those Saturdays are supposed to be at the church. But what I do, watch the game first, and I say, you know what, I can't stay around with y'all mingling. I'm going to go run to the church. But I want little Tim to see that I was at his whole game the whole time.
Doing lunch, like, through the work week, lunchtime, me and Mel do.
Yeah, I caught them one day.
He said he caught them.
I know, I'm serious. No, I'm serious. I was going to go pick up Tyler, and I saw Mel car, and I called Mel, like, hey, Mel, what you doing on my side of town? And she said, oh, I'm going to lunch with my husband. I said, y'all take lunch dates? I was like, I was like, that is so romantic. They're good.
Yeah, we have the job. We have the job. We both have a job where it allows. We don't do it every day or whatever, but we do it a lot though.
So what's some of the stuff you do to show? Once again, like I said, I try to take off a day at work, whatever. They try to eat lunch together. What do you do?
No, to be honest with you, what I try to do is I try to make, like, when we eat, try to have us eat together at nighttime. Like, usually when I'm getting home, I buy something and we eat, have some time to eat at nighttime. We do try to take time off with each other, like coordinated, try to go somewhere. The weekends, we cherish the weekend because that's the one good thing about us is that both of us have the weekends off. So we can probably go somewhere during the weekend or whatever the case. I mean, the week is kind of hectic because of our, especially, you know, Cake in school now. So she's studying, doing a test or whatever. So we try to do weekends and at nighttime try to eat together and stuff like that. But that's the thing that's always constantly in my mind to make sure that I'm doing enough. And that's the reason why I say that I struggle a lot with work-life balance. I know everybody like, oh, but you work from home, da-da-da-da.
That's always an excuse for you.
But I'm saying.
No, I'm saying that's what always everybody responds to when they hear that.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, you work from home. I'm like, but man, I'm physically home, but I'm mentally not. It's not like I'm just da-da-da-da-da at home. I'm working. Like, people calling me, like I'm engaging and stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's tough. But I think to me, though, I think you know what things like concern you the most. Like, the thing that concerns me the most, obviously, is my marriage. The way that like you said, the way that my children perceive as into how much I'm involved in their life, and then my obligations elsewhere, my job, obviously, because I need to make sure that I do enough to not let the get fired and let the lights cut off. Right, I got to be involved with my job, and then secondly, you know, I already made a commitment to the kids at the park. Right, so I want to be like not there. Like, I want to make sure that I'm there and I'm there to, you know, make sure that we win and we're successful. And then, although I mentioned it last, but it is something I do feel guilty about. Is like what Tawara said, the church. That's something I need to be able to prioritize. So maybe making a schedule probably will help me. I'm thinking, and then trying to see what I can do. Maybe some small thing. Hey, joining that little group chat was a big step for me, you know?
I agree.
and I think that's all it takes, just one little step and put your name on and be involved and volunteering when they need help. Yeah. Right? That's part of it. Because once they say, hey, we need some people to help do this, raise your hand, work for a couple of minutes, 30 minutes, you did your job.
Oh, let's mention that because the food truck youth, what is young adults, is this Sunday, right?
Yeah, this Sunday coming up. So everybody.
So by the time they see it, it'll be in the week.
I need something in the text so that I can put it in the group.
Somebody working on a flyer.
So
they're gonna be putting on a flyer, put it together, and then we're gonna send it out. So we're gonna try to.
And we're gonna put to the 7
New Shalom Missionary Baptist Church. That's where it's at. You Google it. I don't know the address. You know the address?
95th Street.
1350 Northwest 95th Street.
Yeah, man. If you had some time, come out there. They gonna have food trucks. You come before the service. Service start at 10 o'clock.
Come for the service. Come for the service.
That's what I'm saying. You come for the service 10 o'clock. I'm telling you, you ain't gonna be there no longer than an hour and a half, hour and 20 minutes. Just depends on how he feeling. And then you go out there and we have like food trucks, all that stuff coming out. So I do recommend If you do have some time on a Sunday, you know, you want to you spreading yourself thin. You want to bring your family with you. Nice family environment. Just, you know, so we all, you know, have some time, have some fun, or whatnot.
Yep. All right.
All right, so yeah, so to go back on to what we're saying, my little thoughts, my little things, like, listen, we all know that we can be involved with a lot of things, and we don't want to take away from giving back, because that's one of the biggest things that we should do as a society is giving back, right? But let's try to give back in a way where it's not going to be, how we can say, like a burden to you or the family, because once again, giving back gives us joy, right? Because most of us don't have money that we can do that, but we have our time, we have our talents, right? And by doing that, we know we're making an impact on the younger people. Think about these 11U kids that we're working with. Think about the 7U that Tavares is working with, or the 6U. Think about the students I work with in my class, and even the youth when we go back to the church. Just think about the impact and they see. I just want to bring this up real quick. This is a young person in my program. We was talking for a little bit, and she was saying that, her daddy is not around. And I'm like, okay, how do you feel about that? She was like, no, it's important for me to have a male figure in my life. I want that in my life, right? But she said her uncles will do it. And I'm like, that makes a lot of sense, right? These young people out here need strong male black figures in their life, right? Male figures in their life. So we need to go out there and do as much as we can to give back to the community. But in a way, let's do realize that we do have a family at home, and let's do realize that we have to be able to handle everything else and not be too stressful on the stuff that we're doing.
Perfect.
So, again, I think we had a good dialogue today. And thank you for listening to the podcast. Your boy, Dean.
Tim.
Teram.
Dean's Office, yo.